Which scenery?
Talking about the Burlington Tower and that, I forget what it's called, but it's the other one. It's the ones that were in the, saying that there was Burlington scenery from MSFS.
I didn't.
Yeah, FPO. Yeah, we didn't download those. We didn't like play it.
I'm gonna try it one more time and then I'm just gonna take them off, so.
Thanks for coming in today, everybody.
Find my G1000.
You're already hearing some of the gentlemen in the Virtua USA Flying Club Discord talking as we are just getting set up here. We got a briefing that starts in about 10 minutes for our event. Summer on Lake Champlain is what we are doing. Right here. 7 to 10 Eastern tonight. We're going to be departing out of Burlington, Vermont, which is Kilo Bravo Tango Victor, flying around the Lake Champlain area, and then going back into Burlington, Vermont. I don't know why I just switched the screens again, but here's what my flight plan is for tonight, at least tentatively. We're going to start at Burlington here. Good weather, so we'll be on real world weather. I should probably actually get the real world weather started. Do that right now real quick off screen. We're going to fly down here to Basin Harbor. Our good buddy Sean has put together a little scenery for Basin Harbor, so we'll fly into there first. We're going to go to Aspirin Acres. I can't believe it's actually named that, but it is Aspirin Acres. We're going to come down here to Ticonderoga Municipal. And we'll shoot up here to Bonebender. Another interesting name. Secret Spot. We'll switch on over to Savage Island. We'll come right back over here to Plattsburgh. We'll come up here to Hawk's Nest. I might go up to Greenwoods, but we'll see how we're going by that point. I plan to go to Shaw Meadows and then right back in Burlington, Vermont. That's kind of my flight plan for the evening, at least what I'm planning to do to get started. Nick Grezzel, thanks for coming today. Overcasty skies, but it's a high overcast, so it'll be plenty good weather for us this evening. We won't get the airplane started yet. We're going to wait until after the briefing, then we'll get started up and we'll get right into the fray here.
Mike, does VATSPI still work?
Yes.
You said yes?
Yeah, VATSPI still works. You have to, there's a new version that you're going to have to download if you haven't done it in a while, because they've done some pretty heavy updates to it, actually.
Okay, yeah.
I like using the VATSIM.net now. It seems to work pretty good.
So yeah, we'll be getting started here momentarily. Again, we're just waiting for a brief. We got a brief in about 8 minutes, so for then we're just going to listen to some music and chill and relax while everyone in the Virtua USA Flying Card starts to load up into Burlington and get into the Discord for the briefing. Damn, we're just chilling to start here. Welcome. Thanks for coming in today. Go ahead and take a look at the airport while we're here waiting. Little FBO scenery. All they did really was put the name of the FBO, which is Heritage Aviation, on the default building, so there wasn't much going on there. I think they also edited the tower a little bit, but it's not really showing up that great. Oh well. But we're at Burlington, Vermont, right near Lake Champlain. And we're going to be flying over the lake. Flying all around the lake. That's pretty much the idea of the event. Take off, fly around the Lake Champlain for the event tonight with all of our Virtua USA Flying Club buddies. So pretty simple, straightforward event. Nothing crazy. Again, you'll get more details in the stream here as we go through the briefing in approximately 7 minutes. Yeah, just take your time and get home, man. Whatever it takes. You're all done. You're heading home. Sucks that you're dealing with delays. I know about delays so very, very well in my aviation career, so. But congratulations on getting your instrument check ride all completed and done there, Mr. Grezla. Congratulations, my friend. We got 9 of us in here so far. Some more people should be showing up here, I imagine, in the next 5 minutes. A lot of people straggling late to these briefings. Or last minute. Did have 20 people Cinnabon the event for this evening. We'll see how many people of that show up. I know Nick Resla is actually not going to be able to show up, so really it's 19. But we'll see how many of those people show up. Uh-oh, someone spawned right on us, pretty much. It's getting tight on this ramp, chat. I'm going to slew a little bit. As much as I really shouldn't. Just so I can get out of everyone's way here. There we go. Good enough. Just so I can get out of people's way. Not really supposed to slew on the VATSIM network. Shh, don't tell anybody, chat. Don't tell anybody. Hey, you don't have to worry about it, Mr. Gressel. Don't have to worry about the thing, buddy. Oh, everybody's starting to file into the Discord now, chat. Here's the Virtuous Safe Flying Club Discord. Again, here's the event we're doing tonight. You can see everyone starting to file their way in. Do the brief here in about 5 minutes. Seven of us on the ground already at Burlington.
Yeah, that's scenery. I wouldn't install that now because it keeps crashing, so I'll take it out. But I am not talking about the Bravo 06. That should be fine.
Oh, yeah, little ropes too. That's cool.
Do you put docks at Basin Harbor?
Yes.
Good fixins, thanks for coming in today. Good to see you, sir. We're going to be starting this briefing here in just a couple minutes.
The guy with the lake, the info for that place. See if we could get in and out of there if you wanted to rent a cabin or something.
What's that?
So the guy that I fly with the lake, I sent him the info to that place. See if he wanted to try to get in and out of there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a state park, so you can rent the cabins. I think you gotta rent them like a season in advance, though.
Virtuous Safe Flying Club briefing is going to start here in just a second, chat. Bear with me.
There's no geared handle in this mod, though. I don't know if my gear's up or down.
Turn the flight sim sounds off real quick, and I'm also going to turn the music off for the briefing here. Alright, let me move that off screen for a second. Oh, nice. Starting to get a nice full room here in the Virtuous Safe Flying Club Discord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 so far. Not bad, not bad at all. It's nice, really quiet on the stream. Look at that. All you guys can hear is me talking. That's kind of wild. Scary. But we're starting this briefing here shortly. A few more seconds.
It's so hard to look outside and look at the floats to make sure my gear is down.
All right, it is 7 o'clock on the East Coast. I'm going to get this briefing started. First and foremost, as always, everybody, thanks for coming in today. Happy to see a nice handful of you guys in here. Well, we got like 15, 16 guys in here so far. That's pretty good to start. Another pretty fairly simple event, easygoing event that we've got tonight. Got the summer on Lake Champlain. Right now, the weather in Burlington, it's overcast, but it's a high overcast. So the weather in Burlington is good. Everything's VFR all around the lake. In fact, other than it being overcast in Burlington, pretty much almost all around is clear on the other side of the lake and to the north. So it's just really Burlington's got that high overcast. Maybe a little bit to the southeast as well. There's a little bit of a high overcast, but otherwise good weather for tonight, which is always nice. We do also have ATC up, courtesy of Boston ARTCC. We've got ground tower. The approach not really super relevant for the event tonight, though. It's really just a ground and tower. We're really not going to be doing much flight following since this is really kind of just a small area that we're going to be flying in. If you do want to get flight following, I'm not going to stop you, but definitely not necessary with the small area that we're kind of covering this evening for the event. So if you take a look at Sky Vector, if you're not already on Sky Vector or whatever you're looking at, in terms of your sectional chart around Burlington, I'm going to just kind of give you just a good example of places that you might want to check out this evening, and kind of like the boundaries almost, if you will, that we're going to place on where you want to be flying around to kind of stay around Lake Champlain. So obviously everyone's going to start and end at Burlington is kind of the idea. We do have the ATC courtesy of Boston, like I said, so we'll take off out of Burlington, Vermont, and then when you are good and satisfied with the event tonight, you can then fly back to Burlington. If you want to just go out and back for somewhere, and that's going to satisfy your desires tonight, that's perfectly fine. If you want to fly the whole 3 hours, that's perfectly fine. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stops on my list that I'm going to try and get to before going back to Burlington tonight. So I've got a pretty full card myself. But in terms of the boundaries that we want to try and keep within, the idea, again, is to really just keep and fly around Lake Champlain. It's going to be just a bunch of bugs on the windscreen for the air traffic controllers looking at us, but also it's going to give us a good test of our Unicom skills, because it's going to be a lot of us that are going to be clogging up 122.8, so definitely make sure that your Unicom calls are clear and concise. Keep it to just the necessary calls, because there's going to be quite a lot of us on the same frequency going to all these different fields. So definitely keep your ears open. Make sure you hear who's going to what field this evening on that Unicom frequency, so you have a good idea of where everyone is at. The goal is to try and not crash any airplanes and crash into each other. Anyways, like I said, boundaries. In terms of to the east, really you shouldn't be going too much further east than Mike Papa Victor, which is, God help me with the name, but I think it's Montpelier or Montpelier. That's about as far east as you're going to really want to go. The furthest north you're going to want to go is basically the U.S.-Canada border. The idea is to keep everything on the U.S. side this evening. We don't want to do any border crossing. So I think Greenwood's airfield, which is Victor Tango 38, is like the farthest north that you're really going to want to go tonight. The farthest west, probably Lake Placid, would probably be about the furthest west that we want to go in terms of the boundary, and then the furthest south is going to be Glen Falls. So you're going to kind of go a little bit over towards Lake George if you go down that far south. But that's kind of just like the basic boundaries. You're not going to get yelled at one way or the other if you do end up going beyond any of those boundaries. You guys are kind of free to do what you want, but that's the idea of the event, is to kind of stay in that area, so we're all kind of flying around the Lake Champlain area. Other than that, just the really the basic stuff in terms of the flying club events. Weather's good, so everyone should be VFR. Shouldn't be any IFR flight planning. Again, really, I wouldn't recommend flight following with this being such a stroll area event, but if you want to get it, totally up to you. There is ATC available from Burlington this evening for us. Be mindful of the Class Charlie, guys. A lot of these fields are either right under or right near the Burlington Class Charlie. Again, you have the inner ring from surface to 4,400, basically the tower controlled area. But then you have two different altitude sets for the outer ring. Closer to the lake, you have to be below 1,500 feet for the outer ring to stay under the Charlie, and on the east side, it's below 2,200 to stay outside of the Class Charlie. So just keep that in mind. Again, you got airports like Basin Harbor. Our buddy Sean made a good scenery for Basin Harbor, Bravo 06. I plan on going to Aspirin. Yes, that's actually its name, Aspirin Acres. Ticonderoga, you got Glen Falls down there, Lake Placid, Secret Spot, Savage Island, Hawk's Nest, excuse me, Northern Lights, Greenwoods, Franklin County. Those are all kind of airports that are just in the general area. There is also that one restricted area right just outside the Burlington Charlie, right attached to it pretty much on the edge there to the east, 6501 Alpha and Bravo. You might just keep that in mind as well to avoid that restricted area if you plan on flying in that kind of general direction. So that's really all you need to know or really worry about in terms of airspace. Again, VATSIM Unicom frequency, there's still only the one. It's 122.8. There's going to be a lot of us on that frequency flying to all these uncontrolled fields, so keep your calls clear, concise, keep them at a minimum to only what you really need to be making the calls for, and listen up for your specific airport that you're planning to go into, because there's going to be a lot of people going into a lot of different fields all around. So make sure you're also calling the correct and proper airport that you are making your calls for on the Unicom frequency. As always, make sure you have Virtue Safe Flying Club remarks. Make sure you guys are following the event etiquette. There's a lot of you guys in here that fly in these events all the time, so this should not be an issue. Does anybody have any general questions that they want to ask before we get started? I'm going to take that as a no. Nobody really has any general questions. So you guys can go ahead and get started. Nobody has to go first or wait for me or anything. Whenever you're ready, you can go. Have fun. Try not to crash. We don't want a high airframe count tonight. I know there's a lot of small grass strips around here. Someone might even be flying to some of those water strips. Be careful. Fly safe. Have fun.
Yeah, so I just restarted. I'll be a little late.
Alright, chat, now that the briefing's over, and when I stop dropping things on my floor, we will go inside our airplane here, and we'll get going, get started. Let me also take a look. I haven't been paying attention to chat, so if anybody's popped in, no, quiet chat. That's okay. Let's go ahead and get this airplane started. First, I'm going to slip all the switches on my Alpha Yoke, get everything turned on. We'll get the lights going here. All that is good. And we'll primer up. And clear prop. Excellent. So we got her all started up. Fuels are flowing. The airplanes are rolling. That's really all we need to do to get her started up. Doesn't take too much. And there she is. Cessna 152, 124 Mike Charlie. We're going to go into a lot of grass strips with this 152, so hopefully she's got the stopping power tonight. I'm going to have to make some fairly decent landings. Before I forget also, let me turn the G's meter on so we can see some landing rates for myself tonight. There we go. Before I forget that. Excellent stuff, excellent stuff. Alright, I need to, I want to turn this guy up. They get the lights on. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty, alrighty. So we're pretty much all set. Let's go ahead and get on this ground frequency here and see what we can do in terms of taxiing. It might be a little bit of a crowded ground frequency since everyone else is probably getting started too. So let's tune and listen in.
1446700.
Discord.
1446700.
Burlington ground, good evening. November 7 Lima X-ray has information. Bravo VFR to the west.
November 7 Lima X-ray, Burlington ground, good evening. Maintain
We
VFR
have
at or below
ATIS is
2000.
Bravo.
Departure frequency 121.1, squawk 1451.
Cleared VFR at or below 2000, departing on 121.100, squawking 1451. November 7 Lima X-ray.
November 7 Lima X-ray, read back correct. Advise, ready to taxi break November 3270 Zulu. Monitor tower on 118.3.
Alright. Let's go ahead and get ourselves ready to go here, chat. Taxi on over to the edge of the ramp.
Down there, Sean.
Doing a run up.
November 3270 Zulu, monitor tower 118.3.
Ground Cessna 124 Mike Charlie's at Heritage with Bravo, request taxi VFR to the southwest.
November 124 Mike Charlie, maintain VFR outer below 2000, departure frequency 121.1, squawk 1442.
Alright, VFR to the south at or below 2000, departure is 121.1 and 1442 squawk for Cessna 124 Mike Charlie. We're ready to taxi.
November 317 Bravo. November 124 Mike Charlie, runway 33, taxi via Charlie.
Runway 33 via Charlie, 124 Mike Charlie.
Ground November 7 Lima
Alright,
X-ray
so
is
pretty
also ready for taxi.
easy taxi here, chat.
November 7 Lima
We're at the
X-ray.
GA ramp, which
You
is
can
right
also
here, and we're
taxi
just
runway
going to
33
taxi
via
via
Charlie.
Charlie right here. Hold short.
33 via Charlie, November
Pretty
7
simple.
Lima X-ray.
Taxi
Burlington
light,
ground,
taxiway there. Good job,
723
X-Plane, or
Sirius
Microsoft
Charlie is at
flights
the
in
terminal
2020.
Bravo, ready for taxi via southwest departure. And Sirius 723 Sierra Charlie, maintain VFR at or below 2000, departure frequency 121.1, squawk 1450. Alright, for Sirius 723 Sierra Charlie, maintain at or below 2000, departure frequency 12.
Switch over to the tower monitor there. We got the departure frequency there.
November 124 Mike Charlie, Burlington Tower, runway 33, line up and wait.
33 line up wait. Cessna 124 Mike Charlie. Moving right along here, chat. I like this kind of service. Horrible job of lining up. Here we go. Got ourselves nice and lined up on the center line. That looks more better. Whole bunch of flying club guys on the ground at Heritage over there. Well, right now I count 1, 2, 16 of us. Woohoo! 16 of us right now on the ground of Burlington. I like it. Can't beat that.
November 317 Bravo Golf, contact Burlington departure, good day. Contact departure 7 Bravo Golf, good day. November 124 Mike Charlie, Burlington Tower, wind 010 at 6, runway 33, clear for takeoff, fly runway heading.
Runway heading clear for takeoff. 3-3, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie. We're going, chat. Let's go. We're not going to climb very high at all, chat. We're only going to go to about 1,000 feet. We'll go about 1,300 feet since the airport's at about 300 here. Stay below the Clash Charlie. We'll get departure, but we'll immediately request a frequency change.
November 7 Lima X-ray, Burlington Tower, runway 33, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 33, November 7 Lima X-ray.
Wave goodbye to Burlington. Not exactly the best looking airport in flights in 2020, but the lake, chat, the lake is going to look darn good, which is why we're going to be flying all around Lake Champlain this evening. You can already see the lake and look how good it looks. Got downtown Burlington, Vermont. Right off our left front here. Downtown Burlington, Vermont was definitely one of the best overnights that I had when I was flying that charter job, Chad. I enjoyed the...
Good Fixins just subscribed. Thanks for coming in today. Cinnamon Buns.
Cinnamon Buns. Thanks for coming in today. Thank you for the 9-month...
November 124, Mike Charlie, contact Burlington, departure today.
Departure for Mike Charlie, see.
Looking some Bravo.
Departure, Cessna 124, Mike Charlie, 1,300, runway heading.
Cessna 124, Mike Charlie, Burlington departure, radar contact, resume navigation via altitude at your discretion.
Oh, navigation, our discretion for Mike Charlie, and we're going to remain below the Charlie. Our discretion, so we can start our left turn here to the southwest. We're pretty much just going to join up with the lake right here, and we're going to follow the lake down to Basin Harbor, right along this east coast of the lake, chat. And that'll be our first leg. Boom.
Traffic inside will maintain visual, 7 Bravo go.
Bravo, thank you, leaving the Burlington class Charlie space, radar service terminate, squawk, maintain
city of Burlington.
Exchange is approved. Nice.
Frequency approved, thanks for the help. 7 Bravo go.
Cessna 124, Mike Charlie, traffic 12 o'clock and 2 miles southbound, Cessna 172, 1,400 report inside.
Traffic in sight, Cessna 124, Mike Charlie.
Cessna 124, Mike Charlie, thank you. Additional traffic 12 o'clock and 3 miles southbound, Cessna 150, CLS indicates 1,000.
Also in sight for Mike Charlie. 1, 2,
Mike Charlie, thank you. You're leaving the Burlington class Charlie airspace, radar service terminated, squawk, maintain VFR, frequency change is approved for night.
VFR, frequency change approved for Mike Charlie, good night. Just like
Mike,
that.
do you have labels on?
I do not. I see both of you guys flashing.
Yeah, I don't have labels on either.
I just actually have both of you in sight.
You see Sean now, but it took me a while.
I see one of you blinking out there.
Again, downtown Burlington was a very nice little downtown chat. I very much enjoyed my overnight that I had there. Would 100% go back. Good fixing. Thank you for that
Burlington
resub. I
ground,
appreciate you,
November
man.
114 with Papa with information Bravo requesting VFR departure.
Glad to have you along for the ride
Southwest,
tonight.
Negative flight following.
Well, there is a good amount of us flying tonight, Chad. I love it. Good amount of guys in the Discord tonight flying around. So again, right now, chat, we're just staying below the Charlie at 1,300 feet, and we're just going to keep following the eastern edge of the lake here all the way down to Basin Harbor. Right where it gets real thin down here is where we're going to be looking for the field. And we also got our buddies Sean and Brandon straight ahead of us that we're going to be kind of following, creeping on them because they're also going to Basin Harbor to start here. So we'll just kind of keep them in sight, keep monitoring the Unicoms here, listening for them, making their calls, and we're going to be following suit, following them kind of into Basin Harbor. Basin Harbor is runway 2 and 20, and it's a 3,000-foot turf strip, so it should be more than plenty for our 152 to get in and out easily. So 2 and 20 with the winds favoring out of Burlington 360 at 6. I'm assuming we're going to be using runway 3 over there at Basin Harbor. So it'll probably be left downwind entry. Unless it says otherwise in the notes, let me read up here. No, nothing specific about the runway, so we'll plan on a left downwind for runway
This
2,
thing
not
is way
for,
too
not
fast
20.
for having pontoons sticking out.
Go to a view of Lake Champlain. Again, Burlington behind us. You can see all of our guys starting to take off. All the guys on the ground over there. It's pretty neat coming out of Burlington. Nice little Virtue Safe Flying Club event tonight. Still got our traffic in sight out ahead there. Good to be back on stream. Just got home from vacation yesterday. Quick little trip with the girlfriend out to Pittsburgh. Had a good time. Very hot. A lot of walking. I'm physically drained still even today after doing nothing, but great vacation. I miss Pittsburgh so much and I was so glad to go back, and I already miss it again. Such a great city. We got a whole handful of us for the group flying club tonight chat right now so far. I'm counting on VATS by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then another 12 on the ground makes 17 pilots. 17.
Doing 113.
Actually, one of those guys might not be us, so maybe 16. But still a very, very good number of people participating in the event this evening.
Would you ask if I passed you? Or you passed me?
Yeah, if I passed you, but I see
Yeah,
it.
my G1000's showing traffic. I think you're like maybe 2 miles behind me still.
Yeah, we're just following the shoreline here until we get all the way down to Basin Harbor. We still got our friends kind of in front of us there that we can kind of use as a guide since they're both going that general direction. And we're just taking in the view of Lake Champlain. Nice little area up here in Vermont, New York area. If you go a little bit further south of Lake Champlain, you get to Lake George in New York. Beautiful, beautiful land up here. Mountains to our left, mountains to our right, big old lake. And some interesting landings, because it's going to be mostly grass strips tonight. We'll have some paved, but we'll also be mostly grass tonight. In our 152. So right about up here where the lake starts to get thinner, that's roughly where we're going to be looking for this Bravo 06. Right about where you're starting to see our little dot friends ahead of us, where the lake starts to shrink, is where we're going to find Basin Harbor, which is going to be our first stop. So we're just going to keep our eyes peeled once we get a little bit closer.
Basin Harbor traffic, Skyhawk, 3 miles to the north, the entering left down, landing in the lake to the north, Basin Harbor.
So our buddy Sean's going to be landing in the lake. Actually, I think both of them are going amphib. Definitely going to keep Burlington nice and busy tonight. Like I said, I think we've got like 16 or 17 of us already so far, which is pretty good.
Basin Harbor traffic, Skyhawk is 2 miles to the north, setting up for left downwind to Basin Harbor.
Skyhawk's left downwind for the north runway in the water, Basin Harbor.
So we're going to stay over the lake to kind of make our way over to left downwind here, chat. So right now we are roughly getting right about here where the lake starts to get thin a little bit, and we're going to fly over the water to then join a left downwind to land runway 2. So kind of out and
Harbor, Sky Hawk,
out
left
and
base, north
then
corner of the
downwind
water,
and
base
then land, kind of like that. Where if you saw my mouse there, I know I kind of did it quite a bit quick there. That's kind of the general idea of what we're going to be looking for. The elevation at Basin Harbor is 124 feet, so we're pretty much already right at our traffic pattern altitude here, about 1,100. So we're going to maintain this altitude here. Again, we got to be careful, make sure we stay below 1,500 feet to clear of the Class Bravo, or the Class Charlie from Burlington. while we're
Basin
doing
Harbor
this.
traffic, Skyhawk 7 Bravo Golf, midfield left downwind 2, Basin Harbor.
Basin Harbor says the 124 Mike Charlie is about 2 to the north, going to fly the lake to join the left downwind for the grass strip runway 2, Basin Harbor. Again, once we get a little bit closer over here, we'll be able to identify the strip. We'll join the downwind kind of over the lake there to fly in for
thunderstorms over the field, Foster.
No.
right here. There's Basin Harbor. Boom, right there. So we're going to join our left downwind right here.
Something's broken.
I'm using Rex Weather Force. I have overcast, guys, but high overcast.
I'm hearing thunder and lightning.
Yeah, there's some storms to the south.
So there's our strip. And we'll join our left downwind here. Basin Harbor traffic, Cessna 4 Mike Charlie left down, runway 2.
Basin Harbor, Cessna 7 Bravo Golf is short final 2, Basin Harbor.
In sight.
Almost couldn't find it.
Let's start slowing this baby down. Going way too fast trying to come in here. Go ahead and get the first notch flaps in. Get the carb heat out. I actually made a switch finally for the carb heat so that it's easy to just get in and out now. I got a little button on my yoke for it, chat. A little cheater. Start our base turn. I have a feeling I'm going to be coming in extra aggressively high. Yep, it strips out over there. Yeah, maybe not that high. Flaps 2, or 20 degrees, and then we'll go flaps 30 degrees here once I finish my final turn.
And Basin Harbor, Skyhawk 7 Bravo Golf,
There
clear
she
to
is.
Basin Harbor.
Basin Harbor traffic, Cessna 4 Mike Charlie's on final for runway 2.
Basin Harbor traffic, Cirrus 723 Sierra Charlie is 8 miles to the north at 1,200 feet inbound to land. Basin Harbor.
Let's get a good landing in tonight, chat. Let's see. I've got the landing meter going, but these landings are going to be coming pretty quick tonight. There's a lot of different landings, so we won't do any guesses, but we'll see if I can do some good landings or not. Hopefully they'll be good. Make sure we clear this tree here, and then we got plenty of this strip here to land on. Very nice little strip over here. Oh yeah, minus 85 ain't bad at all. Plenty of turnaround area over here. We'll turn around and then we'll go in back taxi to get ready for the takeoff. Basin Harbor traffic 4 Mike Charlie's clear.
See you over there, friend.
So we'll just park it real quick because we're gonna show off. Our buddy Sean made a little bit of work of the scenery, so we'll just stop up for 1 second and take a look at it real quick in the showcase cam before we continue
Can you
on.
go drone cam and see if you can see me on the dock?
Yep, I'm doing that right now.
Yeah, I'm in the drone. I see you.
Where is the dock? Is it to the south or to the west of the strip?
To the west.
Yep, I see you. Look at that. There's our buddy Sean, went over to the dock there. He's on a 172 on floats, even though it looks like he's walking on water. It looks like you're walking on water there.
Well, as long as I'm lined up at the dock.
Shaw Meadow traffic, November.
Yeah, you're lined up. You look good.
Charlie, X Cub is going to be able to find the field from the left to the left down to the north runway, Shaw Meadow.
Wheels in the
That
water.
lightning?
I'll take it.
Sky
Good
Blue
enough.
Sims, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Thanks for
Basin
coming in
Harbor
today.
traffic, Sirius 3 Sierra Charlie, 3 miles to the northeast at
Nice
1,000
little
feet
scenery
will
that
be
our buddy
inbound
Sean
runway
whipped up
20,
over here.
Basin Harbor.
Cones and all that. Nice little windsock as well. Got the flagpole in there too. Very nice little touch.
Yeah, my lap.
4th of July is coming up quick. Oh, yeah, look at that. Got some tents and some chairs here too. People watching us come in and out. This looks like it's supposed to be like a little campfire. Got a
Basin
little
Harbor,
porta potty in
Sky
case you got to
Austin,
take a poop.
section from the harbor to the lake. Parts to the north.
Yeah,
Basin Harbor.
nice, nicely done there, Sean. We appreciate you, as always, making sceneries for the Virtue USA Flying Club. Snowskier on Twitch. I don't know if he's in the chat since he's actually joining us right now.
Basin Harbor traffic, Sirius 3 Sierra Charlie, short final runway 20, Basin Harbor.
Okay, so someone's on short final, so we are not going to back taxi yet. We're going to wait for him. Two zero, huh? So he's coming in the other way. That's the beauty of uncontrolled fields, though, chat.
Basin
Kind
Harbor
of do what you
traffic,
want.
Skyhawks departing to the north on the lake, Basin Harbor.
Landing the wrong way.
Yeah, uncontrolled. The nature uncontrolled fields, baby.
This physics was disappointing for landing in the lake. I'm going to
Shaw
swap
Meadow
airplanes.
traffic, X Cub 17 X-ray Charlie, joining me left downwind to the north runway, Shaw Meadow.
Up next, secret spot.
Basin Harbor traffic. Cessna 124 Mike Charlie is back taxiing to the end of runway 2, Basin Harbor.
Basin Harbor, Sirius 723 Sierra Charlie, clear the runway.
And Basin Harbor, 7 Bravo Golf, back taxiing 2.
Buddy Brandon's gonna back taxi behind us. Alright, so the next plan that I had for us, chat, we're gonna take off out of Basin Harbor. We're just gonna go right south again. We're gonna pass by these Cub Field and Bailey Field over here, and we're just gonna go right along into this Aspirin Acres.
Basin Harbor
Aspirin
traffic,
Acres.
Sirius 3 Sierra
That's the
Charlie,
actual
following the
name
other
of the
two
airport
aircraft
there.
back taxi on the runway.
And we're gonna go
Basin
fly
Harbor.
over there, and that'll be our next stop. Not gonna lie, every time I see that name is actually Aspirin, it makes me... Hang on one second, I gotta do something for the girlfriend real quick. Stand by, chat. Oh, we almost taxied beyond the runway there while I was trying to text girlfriend. This is why you don't text and fly, chat. This is why you don't text and fly. Oh, hello, boys.
Oh, you just did a weird turnaround in my game.
Sorry.
Same.
This is awkward. Ian, why don't you go ahead?
Basin Harbor traffic, Sirius 723 Sierra Charlie will be departing straight out to the north. Basin Harbor.
We'll let him depart first, chat, since that was kind of awkward. All of us back taxiing like that, and then we'll go down to the south towards Aspirin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I count 18 Flying Club members so far flying, chat. Base Harbor traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie is departing to the south. Base Harbor.
Base Harbor traffic, Sirius 3 Sierra Charlie, we're going to be following the lake low level back at the north of Burlington, no factor. Base Harbor.
Base Harbor traffic, 317 Bravo Golf, departing to be straight out to the north. Base Harbor.
Say goodbye to this nice little strip that our buddy Sean made, and we'll turn right over the lake to the east, to the, excuse me, to the south there, and we're gonna go to Aspirin. Oh, and we gotta watch our altitude. We do not want to go higher than,
Someone should do a Lake
1,000.
Champlain dock.
500.
Just put docks around the whole lake.
So that was a little docking area where our buddy Sean landed and taxied into. So we're not going to really go any much higher than like 1,100 feet. Going over to Aspirin. Since Aspirin elevation is 130, so 1,100 would be good for our traffic pattern altitude.
Base Harbor traffic, Skyhawk 7 Bravo Golf is northbound in the upwind. Last call, Base Harbor.
Lake Placid traffic, November 7 Lima X-ray 2 mile final, runway 32, Lake Placid.
Base Harbor traffic, Sirius 723 Sierra Charlie, 5 miles to the northeast, climbing through 1,200, departing the area last call. Base Harbor.
So yeah, about 1,200 feet will be plenty good. And we're on our way to Aspirin. We're looking for, it's a Victor Tango 1-1. So then we're going to have two fields that we're going to pass off our left first. They're Bailey and Cub Field. We got to avoid those two to get to Aspirin. So we'll go a little bit further south to go and find it here. See if we can't find it. Aspirin is got a runway 119, so it's essentially north-south. Actually, it's got two little, so it's got crossing runways. It's got a 119 and a 1028, so we're going to be looking for crossing grass strip. So that's actually going to make it a little bit easier potentially to identify. We're going to try to land runway 1 because the wind is favoring the north, and that is also the longer strip here at 3,700. Again, 119, 1028, Aspirin Acres. It is actually legitimately called that, which is crazy. Oh, we gotta be careful on our altitude. Climbing up, almost broke that 1,500, which would have put us into the Charlie. Actually, this far south, we should be clear of the Charlie. Yeah, this far south, we'd be clear of the Charlie, but we don't need to be that high anyway. This airport's also going to be just slightly more inland. Did we just pass? I think we might have just passed one of the other areas. So that's that first strip that we talked about, that Bailey Strip, Cub Strip area. So it should be that one. So I think the next one we see, Chad, is going to be Victor Tango 11, which is going to be our Aspirin. A whole lot of Flying Club people buzzing around on VATSIM right now for this event. I love to see it. Somewhere out here we're going to find it. It's going to be, again, a little bit closer. Actually, it's going to be a little closer to these kind of like little Finger Lake things over here. So let's see if we can't identify it somewhere out over here. The trick is going to be trying to find some of these strips that aren't custom. They're just built into the sim. See if we can actually find it or not. I'm looking, I'm not quite seeing it. Oh, I'm right over top of it. I think this is it right here, I think. I think this is like the field right here. I think, yeah, here's the one runway right here. I don't know where the other little strip's supposed to be. That looks like the runway right there.
Sloppy base to left base for final.
And we're south, so we gotta turn around, flip around here to get for the north runway. I'm not even sure. I'm not sure where exactly it is, to be honest with you, chat. Aspirin traffic. Cessna 124, Mike Charlie is turning for runway 1, Aspirin. Gotta really slow up here. See if we can't actually find where runway 1 is. This might take some creative flying here. I think it's this guy right here.
Sheldon traffic, Tiger is off runway 1.
We are going to do something reckless right now. This guy, this little strip right here. We're going to just bush it in right now with the 152 and hope we can get her stopped. Oh yeah, here we go. Boom. That'll work. Let's see if we can get her stopped now. A little hard landing, but we kind of had to bush it in, so to be expected. Just pull off here, we'll back taxi, and we'll take off again. Back taxi all the way to give ourselves plenty of room.
Basin Harbor traffic, Piper 114 Papa is about 2 miles to the north. We're going to enter a right downwind for runway 2, Basin Harbor.
Call this good, we'll flip it around and we'll take off.
Sheldon traffic, Tigers left base, runway 1. Sheldon.
Aspirin traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie is departing runway 1, and it'll be a departure to the south, Aspirin. Our next stop is going to be Ticonderoga Municipal, which is 4 Bravo 6, right down here, chat. 4 Bravo 6. As I probably shouldn't be looking at this while we're in the middle of the takeoff, but right here, 4 Bravo 6 Ticonderoga Municipal will be our next stop.
Sheldon traffic, Tiger turning base to final, runway 1. Sheldon traffic.
We'll just kind of go right out back over the lake, and we'll follow the lake down to Ticonderoga, which is going to be on the west side of the lake this time, right where the lake kind of starts to go towards Lake George almost and thin out even further. Ticonderoga Municipal, we're looking at 274 feet, so I'm looking at 1,300 is going to be the traffic pattern altitude. It's a 220, so we're going to be planning on runway 2, so it'll be a left downwind for runway 2, unless it says otherwise. Do we got a left downwind? It doesn't say left, it says right for runway 20. So I'm imagining if it's right downwind for 20, yeah, Mel. Be a left downwind for runway 2 since it's not listed. Streamception.
Silver traffic. Tiger clear.
Basin Harbor traffic, Piper 114 Whiskey Papa is right downwind from runway 2, Basin Harbor.
I've got the Mets game on off my left, which is why I keep looking at my left chat. You got Jacob deGrom pitching, but the Braves have scored 3 runs on him in the bottom of the first inning, so something ain't right. Because deGrom does not usually give up runs, ever. And the fact that he's given up 3 to the Braves in the first inning is a big yikes. Oof. Oof, big oof. Not good. Not good things. So we got a bit of a ways to go down the lake here, about 12 miles or so to get to Ticonderoga Municipal. So we'll just cruisy-roos right along here. Got clearer skies down here than we did near Burlington. Follow the lake south, and then once we land at Ticonderoga, we'll be then joining and following the lake north.
Basin Harbor traffic, Piper 114 Whiskey Papa's right base to final for runway 2, Basin Harbor.
Let's see, real quick, I'm going to try and do a count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I lost count already. Virtuously Flying Club members, we got 1. Whoa, what the heck just happened here? Suddenly we've got, what the heck?
Basin Harbor traffic, Piper 114.
Suddenly the visibility is
left,
what
downwind departure
has
south.
happened here? We've suddenly lost all of our visibility and everything. Interesting. Okay, well, I kind of
trying to battle back here. We'll see what happens.
This is awkward, chat. My weather has just changed to something that doesn't appear to be. I don't think this is correct, chat. I'm pretty sure the weather is not. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be good weather. I mean, there was potential for some showers, yes, but I don't think the visibility is supposed to be this low. I think we're supposed to still have 10-mile visibility, so this is going to make it a little bit more difficult trying to get into Ticonderoga. All right. Goodness gracious.
Well, that was fun.
Basin Harbor traffic, Piper 114 Whiskey Papa's left downwind departure to the south, Basin Harbor.
I think I count 20 so far for the event. That's just pilots. I think one of the controllers is a flying club member, so that would be 21. This is annoying that the weather is not what was forecasted. I'm struggling. I see the airport out over here because I've got flashing lights. I'm going to be landing over on runway 2 though, so let me go ahead and get back up for a traffic pattern altitude. Ticonderoga municipal traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie is about 3 to the north. Gonna enter a left downwind for runway 2, Ticonderoga municipal. We'll just have to kind of go by the lights. We're VFR technically, but we're scudding it, no doubt. Good flying. Are you all done already, Pilot 23? Thanks for stopping by the stream at least. Yeah, the weather, I don't know if this is like what the actual weather is over here, but if it is, hot damn. Just VFR enough for me to get into Ticonderoga Municipal. Can barely make out the field off my left here. And see, now the weather's clearing up. See, now I think Rex Weather Force is just messing with me, chat. Because look, now it's clear. The game is messing with me. I don't think Rex Weather Force is working very well. Anyways, there's a field. We know where we're going. We can see it now, for reals. Ticonderoga Municipal, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie left downwind for runway 2, Ticonderoga. Yeah, so Rex Weather Force is not very consistent so far tonight, is what we're gathering. Oh well. It's better than the live weather for the sim. Not too much to this strip right here. Got a runway and a little turnoff, and then I think just some hangars off of the end right here off of runway 2 over there. Do I have the carb heat in? I do not. Let me put the carb heat in since I'm pulling the throttle out here. Coming in a little bit on the high side. Ticonderoga traffic, Cessna 4 Mike Charlie, short final runway 2, Ticonderoga. Oh, almost overshot it here a little bit before coming through. The runway light's definitely not perfectly aligned with the runway here. Another Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 special with this airport, chat. Decent landing though. Stop and spinning around and we'll take off. Ticonderoga traffic, Cessna 4 Mike Charlie's back taxi runway 2 for departure to the north.
Ticonderoga traffic, Piper 114 Papa is about 10 miles to the north. We're going to enter a left downwind for runway 2, Ticonderoga.
Ticonderoga traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie is departing runway 2 to the north, Ticonderoga.
Ticonderoga River traffic, 114 Papa. We'll stay to the west side of the river for the departing traffic. Ticonderoga.
Thank you.
Basin Harbor traffic, Sirius 802 Victor Tango, entering a left downwind for runway 20, Basin Harbor.
So if he's going to stay to the west side of the river, chat, we'll go over to the east, or lake, rather, I should say. We'll go over to the east side of the lake. On our traffic, S124 Mike Charlie. Departing area to the north, we'll hang on to the east side of the lake for now as we head northbound. We got that traffic in sight actually out in ahead. See him right out over here, all lights out here.
Ticonderoga traffic, Piper 114 Papa. We got the departing traffic in sight as well.
Hey man, can you take a look at my Sky Vector route? My friend and I who did this flight said we must contact approach. I said no we don't. Can you take a look at it, Sky Vector man? It's from KBTP to 15 Gulf. We flew 5,200 altitude. So if you are at, are you talking about, thank you for the follow there. From Butler Regional to 15 Gulf Skyway Park. Alright, where were you flying over? Because I'm not familiar with those airports that you're talking about. And I can't use Sky Vector right now to look at yours because I'm using Sky Vector to use my own flight that I'm looking at right here, as you can see. And if I put yours in, it'll delete anything that I have, so I apologize. But do you have an idea of what area that all that is? That you could tell me? The Kilo...
North, so we'll be maneuvering center left downwind runway 2, Ticonderoga.
Kilo Bravo, where is Kilo Bravo Tango Papa? That's what I need help with. You guys gotta help me out with that. Or you gotta help me out with that there, buddy. They flew over Akron, Charlie, right at 5,200, which it tops out at. So if you were, as long as you were above the Clash Charlie airspace, then no. If you were outside of the airspace, then no, you don't have to talk to approach. Unless you were you guys VFR or were you IFR?
Tango is clear of the runway, Basin Harbor.
That's going to be another difference there. Were you guys VFR or IFR? Let's do this one step at a time. Okay, so you guys are VFR. 15 Gulf is in the Mode C Vale near the Class Bravo. Okay, but that, as long as you have a Mode C transponder, that's fine. So that really doesn't affect anything. What does, so if you're talking about the Akron Class Charlie, what is the top altitude of the Akron Class Charlie? Is it 5,200 feet? Is the tippy top of the Akron Class Charlie 5,200 feet? Again, I don't have it in front of me because I'm looking right. Okay, so if you're right at the altitude, you're still technically in the Clash Charlie. If you're right at 5,200 feet, he owns up to that. If you fly at 5,201 feet or higher, then you would be above the Clash Charlie airspace. Now, it's hard to distinguish that as a controller. You want to be at least 100 feet above that, roughly. But if you're VFR and you are above the Charlie, then no, you do not need to talk to air traffic control. If you're above the airspace, then you have no reason or you have no need to talk to air traffic control at all. If you're above the airspace. So in that case, that controller is wrong. If you're VFR and you're not going to be inside of his airspace in any way, shape, or form, then you had no need to contact that controller if you were outside of his airspace. But my advice in the future is, in that case, instead of flying right at 5,201 feet right above, I would go like a nice VFR altitude of 5,500 feet. So that way you're well clear, 300, 400, 500 feet clear of the actual airspace. Center wouldn't control anything if you're VFR as long as you're outside of airspace. So that controller gave you a squawk because he was acting as if you were inside of the Clash Charlie airspace. And if you're inside the Clash Charlie airspace, you do need a discrete transponder code to transition the airspace. But if you were not inside of this Clash Charlie, then you did not need to talk to him technically. Now again, because you were right at the top of the altitude of the airspace, which is 5,200 feet, if you were legitimately like right at that, the controller can't see the difference of 1 foot. They can only see at 100 feet increments on our scope. So my advice in the future would be go at like 5,500 feet next time. Just so you know you've got a couple hundred feet clear of the airspace. That's just my advice. But as long as you were above the airspace, then no, that controller technically shouldn't have touched you. He didn't need to give you squawk. If you're remaining clear of all airspace in your VFR, then you don't need to talk to anyone. So that's something that you're going to have to handle between yourself and that whoever was controlling in that situation. Anyways, we're trying to find our next field here is Bone Bender, which is 4-1 November Yankee. It's going to be a lot further north of on the river here, getting closer towards back towards Burlington. If we look at the sectional here, so south west of Burlington here on the New York side of the lake. So this is in New York. This 4-1 November Yankee, our Bone Bender, excuse me, not Bone Breaker, Bone Bender Airport, 4-1 November Yankee. So that's the next field that we're out here looking for as we follow the lake to the north. And yeah, so if you were in the Clash Charlie ZHB, you have to get the flight following if you're in the Charlie to get the transition through the airspace. And all they're really going to do when you're transitioning that airspace is give you the traffic point outs. That's pretty much what he's going to do.
Ticonderoga traffic, 114 spots clear, runway 2, Ticonderoga.
So did he tell you that you can descend at your discretion, or that he didn't tell it frequency change approved? Okay, so no, if in that case, when he says descend at your discretion, maintain VFR, that just means maintain your own navigation and your own altitude. But you don't go off of the squawk code if you're still in his airspace. You would only squawk 1200 when you get the frequency change and he stops the radar contact. That's when you would switch the squawk code.
Cirrus 802 Victor Tango departing runway 20, Basin Harbor.
So until he tells you squawk VFR, he has to specifically say squawk VFR, frequency change approved. That's when you would squawk 1200. If he's just saying descend at your discretion VFR, that just means you can do a descent. and you maintain your VFR flight rules, but you don't change the squawk until he tells you squawk VFR frequency change approved. What do I think he thought when he did that? I don't know, because I can't speak for that controller, so I don't know what he was thinking, to be honest with you. But yeah, for the original question, if you were outside of airspace, then you shouldn't have had to contact him in the first place, as long as you were above his airspace. If you were right at 5,201 feet, the controller can't see that. We can't see that on the controller side. It'll just show you as 5,200, which would be pretty much his airspace. So you have to be careful with that. Always give yourself a 200, 300, 400 foot buffer at least, to any kind of airspace. Just so that it's a little bit easier for the controller to see that you're not in his airspace. No. But, otherwise, if you are talking to the controller and you're getting flight following, you do not squawk VFR until that controller gives you squawk VFR frequency change approved. He has to give you that direct instruction before you go and squawk VFR.
Heavy run-up area here. And take a break for a minute.
Second traffic, 572 Mike Delta, midfield left downwind. I got the traffic on the ground inside. I got the river.
Westbrook International traffic, Tiger, 5 mile final straight in.
So it looks like someone joined the flying club. I'm going to handle that off the screen real quick here. Again, I want to stay, as we're getting close to the the Burlington class Charlie, I need to stay below 1,500. So I'm going to try and maintain at least 1,300 feet or lower to remain clear here. And then once we come around this hook right here, you see this little jut out that we've got right here? Right to the left of that, when the lake starts to go back inbound, that's pretty much when we're going to get to our Bonebender Airport, right after that hook. So that's when we're going to start looking over to our left and trying to find the field. Right, you got Bonebender here, looks like is only 1,800 feet, so it's our shortest strip of the day, and it's a 119 again, so we're going to plan on runway 1. So we're going to have to do left downwind entry. So we'll probably overfly and then turn inbound for it. It's going to be a bit of a convoluted entry. That we're most likely going to make here. Hang on one second, Chad. I'm just getting someone into the flying club.
Westbrook traffic, Tiger, 2 miles on the straight.
Oh, let me get low here again. I don't want to get into that Charlie airspace by accident. Thanks for the tip. My question is, why are there 2 altitudes on the chart? TD, ZE, and airport elevation. What's the reasoning behind that? So airport elevation, touchdown zone elevation are 2 different things. Touchdown zone elevation is going to be for when you're landing. The airport elevation is just the highest point on the field is considered the airport elevation. So whatever the highest point at any part of the airport complex, that's your airport elevation. The touchdown zone elevation, TDZE, is the actual altitude of the runway, which is not always going to be the same as that highest elevation of the field. Obviously, there's going to be altitude variations, all different areas. That could be a hilly airport, could be like a slope up and down. It's not perfectly level. No airport is perfectly level, so that's going to be your differences there. Alright, we got to try and find our little Bonebender strip here now. There's a little... That's kind of cheap. There's a little beacon for it. I don't think there's supposed to be a beacon there in real life, chat. It's almost kind of like cheating. We're going to kind of do... we're going to overfly the field here. Bonebender traffic, Cessna 4 Mike Charlie. We're overflying the field to join a left downwind for runway 1. What's the significance of the airport elevation? It just tells you what the highest elevation on the field. It's just so you have a general idea of what altitude the airport is for your planning purposes going into any particular field, really. That's kind of the general idea for that one. So where is this? So this tiny little strip, huh? This is going to be our little... That's going to be Bonebender right here. There's just this tiny little strip right here. Basically this tiny little grass thing right here. So that's going to be a tricky one. See if we can't do it in our 152 here. Let's get that out. Put the carb heat in. Start getting our flaps in. Start setting ourselves up here. Bonebender traffic, Cessna 4 Mike Charlie is turning final for runway 1 Bonebender. Why they decided to name it Bonebender? Who knows?
Any traffic inbound at the moment?
Ticonderoga traffic, Skyhawk Charlie Golf Lane 1 X-ray, 12 miles.
Yeah, here's this is just this little tiny strip right here is what we're trying to get into in our 152. This is gonna be tight.
Ticonderoga traffic,
We gotta clear these trees before we even get down on it. So
make a left downwind departure to the south.
See what we can do here. Yeah, I don't think that tower, that beacon is gonna be there in real life. So that's kind of a little bit of a cheating on that, in that respect, to be able to find the little strip here. But let's see if we can't get something decent out of this.
Ticonderoga traffic, Sirius 802 Victor Tango. We're about 9 miles to the east of Ticonderoga. We're gonna circle around here. Wait for you.
Floating is not going to be a good thing right now because we have a lot of, not a lot of strip to land on here. But we got it down. We got it stopped. All right. Not my best landing ever, but it'll do. What we're going to do here is we're going to quickly just kind of clear the runway here at Bonebender. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to kind of discuss what our next couple of steps are here. I'm going to take a look at VATSIM and take a look where all the flying club members are at the moment. And then I'm also going to take a quick stop to the little boys' room. So we're just going to get out of the plane and pee in some bushes here real quick. So let me go ahead and set the old park and brake.
We'll wait to depart and then we'll make a right pattern in a moment. 802.
Right on the ground here. We'll leave the engine running. Why not? It's not going to take us too long here, as our gear is nice and deep, synced in that thick grass.
Ticonderoga traffic, 114.
My next planned stop here after Bonebender is we're going to go up here to Secret Spot, which is legitimately just to the south of the Plattsburgh Air Force Base here. So we're going to try and find Secret Spot just south of Plattsburgh. From Secret Spot, I plan on going over to Savage Island, and then over to Big Plattsburgh International Airport, up to Hawks Nest, Shaw Meadow, and then finally back into Burlington for the conclusion there. We'll see if I want to go the whole length by that point. So real quick, like I said, I'm going to go use the little boys' room chat. I will be right back.
Savage Island traffic, X-Cub 17 X-Ray Charlie, turning left base, landing to the north, Savage Island. Savage Island, X-Cub, short final, landing to the north, Savage Island.
Ticonderoga traffic 114 Papa is parting the area to the south, following the lake on the west coast. Ticonderoga.
Savage Island traffic, November 3 Romeo's, 5 miles
Alright,
to
I'm
the
back.
north. We'll enter a left 45 downwind for runway 2, full stop, Savage Island.
Let's go taxi out here and take off, and we'll head to the north for our next one, which is Secret Spot. Bonebender traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie is departing runway 1 to the north, Bonebender. See if we can do a nice short field takeoff here. Get the flaps into 10. Excellent. Clear all the trees and all the obstacles. Very good. Bring the flaps up. Turn out over the lake. Again, we got to stay below 1,500 feet so that we remain clear of the Charlie as we fly out over towards Secret Spot. Secret Spot has just an east-west runway. It literally just says east-west. 1,950 feet, so another short one. And it's at an elevation of 155. Again, just south of Plattsburgh International. So we'll definitely be keeping our eyes peeled, and if we know we hit Plattsburgh International, then we've gone too far. Thanks for coming in today, everyone. I hope you guys are enjoying the show so far and the good views over around Lake Champlain up in New York, Vermont area.
Savage Island traffic, November 38 Romeo.
We're on the New York side of the lake here on the
downwind,
west. You
runway
got the
2,
Vermont side of
Savage
the lake
Island.
there over the east. Took off out of Burlington. We've hit up a few spots already. We will eventually conclude back at Burlington, Vermont. We appreciate the ATC
Copy that.
provided by
Stop lights,
Boston
dude.
ARTCC. This evening for the Virtue USA Flying Club event that we have going on right now. I've counted 20 Flying Club pilots, and like I said, I believe there is one controller that is a Flying Club member. Looks like it's been a CTD nightmare for some of the guys in the Flying Club so far this evening, though.
Ticonderoga traffic, Cabin 163 Pablo, 7 miles to the north and down, full stop runway 20, Ticonderoga.
How did you build your hours? CFI Part 141 or
Savage
61?
Island traffic,
So I was
November 38 Romeo, turning final,
I was a
runway
flight
2,
instructor at a
Savage Island,
141
full stop.
school, but then I only did that for about a year, and then I flew in the right seat of a Beechjet Hawker 400 for a charter company that helped me build the rest of my time to get to my ATP before then going to the airlines. Did you ever think about the Air Guard or reserves? No, I did not. I did not want to have anything to do with any kind of military or reserve. Not because I don't appreciate the U.S. military or anything like that, or not because I don't appreciate my country, because I do. I'm very much American, but I just had no desire to join the Guard or do any kind of military, anything like that. So I did everything the civilian way. And like I said, I flight instructed for only about a year and then got lucky enough to get a charter job and sit in the right seat of a Beechjet and build my time that way, which was nice. And now I'm working for the airlines.
Savage Island, South 500 Bravo's enter 45 degree left downwind, runway 2, will be a full stop, Savage Island.
So we got a bit of a ways to go here to the north before we get to Part 91 versus 135. I would say that the rules are a lot easier for Part 91 versus 135, no, without a doubt. Definitely more lenient in terms of rules flying Part 91 than Part 135, but otherwise, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about that.
Savage Island traffic,
Easier to find the
November 3
job,
Romeo's clear, runway
which is the
2,
main
Savage
difference. Probably easier to find a company that does Part 135. Usually Part 91 is just the specific owner, and a lot of times it's harder to find just those kind of specific Part 91 jobs. Usually you're going to find a lot more 135 jobs than you are going to find Part 91 jobs in terms of availability for pilots or hiring. What are the min hours? I don't even know, to be honest with you. To get to like a 135 or a 91, I don't even know. I got hired at the job that I did. I got hired with the 820 hours of total time when I got hired at the charter job that I did, flying in the right seat of that beach jet. I think it just, for the insurance, it really all just depends. Like I said, it depends on the company and what their insurance is. Otherwise, I don't know if I can give you a specific answer, because I just don't know. Or don't remember. Maybe I knew at one point and don't remember, but... Just realized I was squawking the wrong code all the time. It should be squawk 1200. I was squawking 1220. Whoops. 1200 it is now. I got that fixed. Yes, I personally did my CFI. I had 429 hours roughly of dual given for CFI. So I was flight instructor to about 820 hours roughly, and then I was able to get the charter job. And I know that I'm lucky because some people don't. Some people flight instruct all the way until they get to the 1500 hours for the ATP. So I was pretty happy to not have to flight instruct for longer than I did, because I wasn't a huge fan of being a flight instructor personally. Just it wasn't for me.
Savage Island, Skylark 59 Bravo, turn short final, runway 2, full stop, Savage Island.
So yeah, Burlington Airport is way out over in the distance over here somewhere across the lake, but that's not where we're going yet. We got a few more spots that we're trying to hit up first before we go back over there. Did I have any multi? I had just gotten my multi commercial when I got hired at the charter job, and then the Beach Jet Hawker 400 is a 2-engine jet, so I have tons of multi time by the time I got to the airlines. Like a ton of it. I have more jet time than prop time by the time I got to the airlines. Oh, hi, Delilah. Everyone, say hi to Delilah, who just came barging in. Hello, Poochie. You gonna come take a schluffy on my floor? A little nap? What are you doing? What's up? What's up? Who's a good girl? What are you doing? Is there fireworks going on outside? Is that why you're in here? Hello? Hello? Please don't rub up against my computer. You're gonna get fur in it. So always...
Savage traffic, Skylark 59 Bravo is clearly active.
No, she's just laying down. She's gonna probably take a nap on the floor now. Chat behind me. So you don't always necessarily have to get commercial single. Just the normal progression that most people go through. But yeah, if you do your commercial check ride in the multi-engine before you do single, then yeah, you're gonna have to do it in the multi. What's the most cost-effective way of doing it? Tough question to answer because usually it depends. But I think the best way to go about it is probably the way that I did go through it, which was I did private, instrument, commercial, CFI, CFII, multi, commercial is the progression that I went through. So I didn't get my multi until all the way to multi commercial, and then I went and did the charter job. Yes, the company that I went to paid for the type rating in the beach jet. Yes, they did. It's just an SIC type rating, so I was only typed in the right seat. It's SIC only, but yeah, they did pay for that. I did not have to pay for my own. I don't think I would have done it if I had to pay for my own type rating. You should never have to pay for your own type rating for places like that. Just my opinion.
Secret spot traffic, X-Cub 17 X-Ray Charlie, 4 miles to the northeast, looking to make the straight-in landing west. Secret spot.
It doesn't convert all of them necessarily. It depends on how you do it. Jay Smitty, thanks for coming in today. Good to see you, my friend. I'm gonna try and find this secret spot. Obviously, Plattsburgh is right here. That's easy to see.
Savage Island traffic.
We gotta try and
Remember
find where the
308
secret
Romeo
spot
lining
is,
up, departing runway 3.
which
Left
is gonna be
crosswind
just to the
departure to
south
the west.
of Plattsburgh and
Savage
before the
Island.
little river that kind of goes up. So we gotta be getting fairly close to our secret spot here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start to descend a little bit here. Just in case there are people going in or out of Plattsburgh, so we don't get in the way too much here.
Savage Island traffic. November 38 Romeo is clear. Runway 3 left crosswind departure to the west. Savage Island.
How long was the type rating school? So in my case, the actual SIC type rating training was done in-house for that charter job. So I didn't go to like a flight safety or anything like that. So I'm not sure how long it would have been because I did it all in-house for that specific company, which you're allowed to do in the right seat of for that particular operation in the actual airplane. Type rating for the airline, that takes a couple months usually. Month and a half, 2 months to get your full-on type rating between all the ground school and then the flying and the check ride and all that. For long-term training, at least at the airline that I worked at.
Tiger Energy.
Secret spot traffic, Cessna 4 Mike Charlie is approaching from the south over the lake to land west. We'll stay south of the Plattsburgh airspace.
Secret spot traffic, X-Cub 17 X-Ray Charlie, short final, landing to the west, full stop. Secret
So there's
spot.
actually a guy landing at secret spot right now that I gotta see if I can get my my sights on. The airport's gonna be out over
Secret
to our
spot
left
traffic.
somewhere.
November 38 Romeo is 9 miles to the northeast, inbound for a full stop.
I gotta try and not only find the field, but that traffic. So let me go ahead and get the power out, start getting some flaps in, because I'm pretty sure we're close to the field here. Where are you, secret spot? I believe... oh, it might be right here.
Highgate traffic, Piper Charlie Mike and Lima Hotel, back taxi, runway 1 to depart, runway 1, Highgate.
Where are you, secret spot? It's got to be somewhere off of our nose here. It's again south of Plattsburgh. Oh, where are you? Is that you right there? That's it right there. Got it. Boom. Okay. Secret spot traffic. Cessna 4 Mike Charlie is on the final for the west runway.
Secret spot traffic, X-Cub 17 X-Ray Charlie is clear of the runway. Secret spot.
Always like these events where you have a lot of Unicom traffic. Yeah, it helps to kind of teach people how to use Unicom, and especially if it's a little bit busier. You have to learn how to manage yourself and the frequency, how busy it is, and listen for your correct field for whatever you're going into. So yeah, I definitely like these kind of events for sure. Look at this little tree right in the way of secret spot. This is going to be a bit of a Difficult landing to do here. Gotta make sure we clear this tree.
High-gate traffic, Piper Charlie, Mike and Lima.
Look at this neat little strip right here, just south of Plattsburgh. Nice and soft. Excellent. Secret spot traffic before my Charlie's clear.
Secret spot traffic, November 38 Romeo's 4 miles to the northeast, inbound landing to the west, full stop, secret spot.
Secret spot for my Charlie's back taxi, and I'm going to depart the west-facing runway and make a left downwind departure to the east. Secret spot.
Secret spot, you taking off right now?
Yeah, I'll be taking off before you get in. How many miles are you out?
3 miles.
Yep, I'll be gone plenty of time. I'll make it quick. Car peep back in, we'll do flaps 10, short field takeoff. And we're going to do the left downwind so that we don't go too close to Plattsburgh. And we're heading eastbound anyway because our next spot is going to be Savage Island, out over here. So we just need to kind of go out towards like the northeast here to get towards Savage Island. Secret spot traffic for my Charlie is clear of the runway left downwind approach to the east.
Secret spot traffic, November 38 Romeo is on a 1 mile final, landing to the west, full stop, secret spot.
Should see that traffic over the water here. There he is, right there, right on cue. Our good buddy Rob. Neat. Let's go ahead and depart the area to the northeast towards our next spot. We want to be on about a 075 heading to get to Savage Island. Right about here. Any tips for soft field takeoffs and landings?
Traffic, November 38 Romeo's clear, runway facing west, secret spot.
For soft field landings, you got to remember to keep maybe just a tiny little bit of power in on the landing for the soft field landings, and try and keep that nose off as long as you can when you land. Same thing on takeoff roll, you want to get that nose pressure off, almost kind of like you wheelie a little bit, and then as soon as you get off the ground, you just kind of want to level in that ground effect, pick up the speed, so you can get to VX and climb out, depending on what you're trying to do. But really, in terms of tips, like I said, other than just keeping that tiny little bit of power in on the landing for the soft field landings, it's just a matter of getting used to the feel for it. You know, it's all becomes kind of like a feel thing for the soft field landings. Hi, Delilah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you. You can go back to sleepy sleeps now. I just want to close the door so I don't make too much noise.
Secret spot traffic, November 38 Romeo will follow the X-Cub in front.
So again, we're just going to fly out to our next, which is Savage Island. We're kind of just roughly going in this general direction. I believe we got this big island right here, and then Savage Island, I think, is this island right here. This small little sliver of land is where we're going to find Savage Island, right out here where my mouse is. So we're going to fly towards that, see if we can't go find the little strip over there on Savage Island. And again, I'm going to try and stay low. We are outside of the Charlie's ring over here, but I'm still going to try and keep low altitude. We don't really need to go that high right now to get to where we're going, so 1,300 feet should work perfectly fine. Try and trim to maintain that.
Secret spot traffic, 17 X-ray Charlie, departure leg, left turn out to the south, secret spot.
So right now my count for the flying club is right at 21. We got 20 pilots and the 1 controller that is a member. But I haven't seen anyone additional yet, so I'm thinking 21 is going to end up being the count for tonight. We've definitely created some residual traffic for Burlington as well. They definitely have a little bit of extra traffic coming in and out tonight on top of us. So that's always good when we do events like this and we kind of get additional traffic for some folks.
Secret spot traffic, November 3A Romeo, departing out to the west, left crosswind departure. Secret spot.
So we're just flying out here. This is Savage Island, and we're going to go try and find the little grass strip over there. You guys use departure leg for runway heading, and upwind leg is when you have decisive final going on.
Northern Lights, Piper, Charlie Mike, India Lima Hotel, joining downwind for runway facing south. Northern Lights.
I'm going to be honest, ZHB, I don't understand your question. The way that it's written, at least, I don't particularly understand what you're trying to ask me. I do apologize. Real quick, I'm going to look at Savage Island right here. We got Victor Tango 15. We're coming up to it. Elevation of 125. We got 2 and 20 turf runways, so I'm going to plan on runway 2 because the wind in Burlington is still favoring the north there.
Clear the active one-way to the
so we're going to pretty much go left downwind for runway 2.
Secret spot.
2,500 feet is longer than what we've been getting, so it should be pretty decent length. And again, left traffic standard for runway 2 there. To avoid someone going on the runway upwind leg versus departure leg. I'm still not particularly sure what you're trying to ask. I apologize, man.
Northern Lights traffic, Piper, Charlie Mike, India Lima Hotel, final runway facing south. Northern Lights.
Counting 21 so far for the count tonight. I got 20 pilots that I've counted throughout. It's kind of hard to keep track of with an event like this since it's all kind of go at your own pace. But I think I've counted 20 pilots, and I believe there's 1 controller that is a flying club member. Baldrum Bossman, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today. Savage Island traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie is joining the left downwind for runway 2, Savage Island traffic. Because the strip is right here, chat. Right? Easy to see on this tiny little island. It's pretty awesome that there's just this tiny little strip out on this island and then there's like nothing else. Just go fly in and chill on this island all day and then fly out during the summer. Probably be pretty freaking neat, honestly. I'm sure it's just some guy that privately owns and lives out over there, but it's still pretty neat. Let's go ahead and get the carb heat on first, notch flaps. Pretty easy to find out there on the island. See if I can get another good landing in. Savage Island traffic. 4 Mike Charlie is on final for runway 2, Savage Island. You don't want to go off the end of the runway because that'll put us right in the water. Looks like it goes right to the edge of the water there. We're going to have to try to avoid that. So here, I'm going to try and show you a little soft field landing. We got the flaps, everything set. We're going to come in, and then I'm just going to keep a little bit of power in on the landing. And I'm going to hold that nose off for as long as I can. So here we go, round out, a little bit of power left in, just tiny bit of power, tiny bit, touch down, nice and soft, hold that nose off, let it settle in,
traffic, Piper Charlie Mike and Yellow
right there, and then you still keep that back pressure on even as you're slowing down so that you don't have the nose dig in for that softer field right there, and you just kind of slowly let the airplane come to a stop, just like that. It's about as good as a soft field as I'm going to be able to do in the sim.
Quickly kinetic traffic, Tiger 9 Julia with you turning 3 mile final for runway 1, Franklin County.
Savage Island 4 Mike Charlie is clear, taxiing back to runway 2.
Bostwick Farm traffic, X-Cub 17 X-Ray Charlie, 5
Alright,
miles
so my next strip that I'm planning on going to is Plattsburgh.
1, Bostwick.
The big Plattsburgh airport, so we're going to go right across the lake again over to Plattsburgh. And I'm kind of running out of gas, chat, so we're going to delete Hawk's Nest here. And we're going to delete Shaw Meadow here. And after we get to Plattsburgh, we're going to go back over to Burlington for the full stop. Because I am, not the plane is not running out of gas, but I personally am starting to run out of gas here a little bit. So we'll do 2 more legs, we'll go to Plattsburgh, and then we'll go over back to Burlington for the full stop and call it good for the event.
Southern Lights traffic, runway clear.
Savage Island traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie is departing runway 2. It'll be a left turn to the west, Savage Island. So again, get that nose off. You're going to almost wheelie down the runway here a little bit, and then once you get airborne, lower that nose, get into that ground effect. Don't accidentally hit the ground again. That would be pretty bad. Pick up that speed and climb away for your soft field takeoff. That's a neat little strip. Someone should, I don't know if there is a scenery out there or not for Savage Island, but if not, someone should take a look at that and maybe make a scenery for that for Flight Sim 2020. That'd be pretty dope.
Traffic, Tiger 9 short final for runway
We're just going to go right back to the west and go to Plattsburgh, and then from Plattsburgh we'll send it back over to Burlington for the full stop. Plattsburgh's going to be pretty easy to find. That was that big airport that was just to the north of Secret Spot. Can already see the beacon.
County traffic, Tiger is over with taxi act on runway 1, Franklin County.
Plattsburgh.
Boston traffic,
234, so 1300, excuse me, we'll round up for the TPA, 1300 feet. Big old long runway right here. And we're gonna probably go straight in for 3.5. It's not smart to do a straight in approach, but we're gonna do straight in for 3.5. Because it's uncontrolled. Actually, you know what? We're not going to be straight up 35 because we're flying west. I'm an idiot. So what we're actually going to do is fly over the field and do this the proper way. We'll fly over top the field and do a left downwind for runway 35. How about that, chat? We'll do it the right way. We'll do it the right way for the tapes. So I need to be at, if the traffic pattern altitude is going to be 1,300, I need to be at least 1,800. We are outside of the Charlie, so I can climb here. So I'm going to go 1,800 feet. We'll overfly the field to join the downwind for runway 35 over Plattsburgh. Do this the correct way.
Foster traffic, X-Cup 17 X-ray Charlie, clear the runway, Foster.
Jeff Abs, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in today. So we're up at 1,800 feet coming up. We got Plattsburgh in sight. Plattsburgh traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie is about 3 miles to the east. Gonna overfly the field, join the left downwind for runway 35 Plattsburgh. And pretty much what I just said on Unicom is what I'm planning to do. Chat.
Foster traffic down at 40 Pablo, 3 miles down. We're going to join the left base for runway 35 Plattsburgh.
Big long runway over here for an uncontrolled field. It's pretty strange that it's an Air Force base with a big long runway, but it's an uncontrolled field. It's kind of kooky for me. We should have a
Base in
tower.
Harbor traffic, November 38 Romeo is 10 miles out to the north, inbound for a full stop. Base in Harbor.
Plattsburgh traffic, Piper Charlie Mike India Lima Hotel, 6 miles north, looking to join downwind runway 35, Plattsburgh.
It's like we're one of 3 aircraft that are currently inbound to the field here, so we'll have to keep ourselves nice and vigilant. And we're going to make a right turn and do the teardrop for the downwind here, so we'll fly out couple miles, do a teardrop, do a proper, full-on proper downwind entry here for runway 35. Parking lot full of cars over there off our right wing. Now that we're over the field, I'm going to start descending to the traffic pattern altitude again of 1,300 feet.
35 Plattsburgh.
And we'll do a right turn teardrop to join the left downwind.
Straight traffic, Aviator 905, white, blue, beach fair, back taxi 19, Franklin County.
Plattsburgh traffic, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, left downwind, runway 35, Plattsburgh. Looking for that base traffic. So there's a traffic in the left base, so we're going to have to look out for him because we're going to have to follow him and be number 2. So I'm going to get the first notch flaps in here. Look at that turn to join us right into the downwind. That was fairly nicely done. Now I'm just looking out ahead to see if I can't find the traffic that we're looking to follow here.
Directions down to get Lincoln County traffic 895 picking up on that southbound train.
Plattsburgh traffic, Diamond 402 Papa turning final 35. Plattsburgh.
So he's turning final. Still looking for him.
Bostwick Farm traffic, X-Cub 17 X-Ray Charlie, departure leg 1, runway 1, going to be...
Something tells me the pillar is blocking our view of this guy right here. Where are you, buddy? I don't see him yet, chat. I'm not seeing him yet. Oh, there he is. He's way over there on the short final. Oh boy. Okay. Plattsburgh traffic 4 Mike Charlie is turning left base for runway 35. Second notch flaps in. Do a slip? Alright, sure, I'll do a slip. Why not? Keep the altitude in here then. Why the heck not? I'll do a slip. Plattsburgh traffic 4 Mike.
Papa clear the active Plattsburgh.
Plattsburgh traffic 4 Mike Charlie's turning final. Plattsburgh. Come in nice and high and do a slip here. How about that? Ready, set, go.
Plattsburgh traffic, Papa Charlie Mike India Lima Hotel, turning left base, runway 35, Plattsburgh.
Basin Harbor traffic, X-Cub 38 Romeo is left downwind midfield, runway 2, full stop, Basin Harbor.
We're where we want to be now, we'll roll out. Do a normal landing. Oh yeah. Not bad if I don't say so myself.
Plattsburgh traffic, Piper Charlie Mike India Lima Hotel, turning final 35.
Make sure we clear the runway for this guy. Plattsburgh traffic 4 Mike Charlie is clear of runway 35. Like I said, chat, we're actually going to go now from Plattsburgh to Burlington.
Basin Harbor traffic, X-Cub 38 Romeo, short final, runway 2, full stop, Basin Harbor.
And call that a day, or call that a night for ourselves, because I'm starting to run out of gas here, personally. We'll taxi over here to our right. We'll go back and line up. We'll cross the lake over to Burlington. We'll talk to approach, get all that going inbound to Burlington for a full stop. All the way down to Floyd Bennett, picked up something faster for the trip back up north. Nice. Yeah, I saw there was a couple of you that went down south over there. He's over in the run-up pad. There's the guy on final.
Basin Harbor traffic, X-Cub 38 Romeo is clear of the active runway. Basin Harbor.
Very cool. So we'll wait for that guy to
Basin
clear,
Harbor traffic, X-Cub
and then we'll
17
depart
X-ray Charlie,
out to
4 miles
Burlington.
north of the field to join a left downwind for runway 2, Basin Harbor.
Plattsburgh traffic, Cessna 124, Mike Charlie is departing runway 35 to the east, Plattsburgh. And one last leg here, chat. We're going to go to Burlington, do a full stop.
Plattsburgh traffic, Piper Charlie, Mike India Lima Hotel, clear of runway 35.
Basin Harbor traffic, X-Cub 17 X-ray Charlie is joining the left downwind for runway 2, full stop, Basin Harbor.
Plattsburgh traffic, 4 Mike Charlie is departing the area to the east. Last call, Plattsburgh. Now we're going to talk to Burlington approach. Get our way into the Clash Charlie. So since we are going straight into Burlington from here, it's just 17 miles, we'll caulk to the approach controller so we can go into the Charlie and get our way into Burlington. I want to be on about a 150 heading, it looks like. Roughly 140, 150. To get towards
Section 21,
Burlington.
contact Boston Center, 134.7. Have a good night.
34-7.
Burlington approach, Cessna 124, Mike Charlie.
Cessna 124, Mike Charlie, Burlington.
Yeah, Burlington approach, Cessna 124, Mike Charlie's about 2 miles east of Plattsburgh at 1,500. Like to head inbound to Burlington for a full stop.
Cessna 124, Mike Charlie, squawk 1461, the Burlington altimeter 2983.
1461, 124, Mike Charlie. Got the squawk code in. Oh, well, let's go ahead and I want to level off at 1,500 feet here. Is going to be more than plenty. And I'm assuming we can expect runway 33 again over at Burlington. Let's take a look at the ATIS. Yeah, they're using 33 and 1, so we could expect either. It's ATIS Charlie. Good weather over there. Tower frequency is 18.3, so let me get that ready to go. 18.3. And then the ground frequency
124,
over
Mike
there
Charlie,
is
radar contact
26.3.
15 miles northwest of Burlington, altitude indicates 1,700, expect runway 33.
Expecting 3-3 for my Charlie. Alright, so there it is. We can expect 3-3 over at Burlington. So it'll probably be let's maneuver so we can give ourselves the left downwind for... Is it left or right downwind for 3-3 and over here at Burlington? Let's see. I don't know. I think it's... It doesn't say, so we're assuming left. since it doesn't say in the sky vector there. We'll just kind of fly towards the field for now and see what they give us. Oh, I'm sorry.
124 Mike Charlie, fly heading 120.
That answers questions. Heading 120 for Mike Charlie. And answers a lot of questions. They're going to give us the right downwind for 3-3, most likely. This will get us out of way of traffic here.
Burlington approach, Tiger 79 Juliet Whiskey.
Tiger 79 Juliet Whiskey, Burlington approach code.
Tiger 79 Juliet Whiskey, approximately 15 miles to the north at 2,500 with information Charlie. Request full stop landing Burlington.
Number 9 Juliet Whiskey, squawk 1472, Burlington altimeter 2983.
1472, 9 Juliet.
Burlington approach, heading down to 400 Papa.
400 Papa, Burlington approach code.
Diamond 400 Papa, just departed Plattsburgh, 2,900 with Charlie. Request full stop at the length Burlington.
400 Papa, squawk 1466, altimeter 2983.
Squawk 1466, 2983, Diamond 400 Papa.
Tiger 9 Juliet Whiskey, radar contact, expect runway 33.
Expect 33, Juliet.
One two four Mike Charlie, fighting 150, enter a right downwind for runway 33.
Alright, 150 heading, we'll plan the right downwind for 3-3 for Mike Charlie.
Over 700 Juliet Whiskey, traffic 2 o'clock and 6 miles, a southeastbound Cessna 152, 1,600.
Pick up the speed because we're going to have guys coming in below us, or behind us, that are probably a little bit faster, so we'll go ahead and max this baby out here. We got plenty of gas to burn, let's burn it.
Jefferson Bay, 9 Juliet.
700 Juliet Whiskey, going to be number 2 behind him.
Number 2, 9 Juliet.
There's that neat little path, a little almost kind of bike trail that goes out over the lake there. Right there. Used to be like an old rail track, I believe, and that it's just like a big old bike trail that kind of goes out in the lake and crosses over to the other side. Was pretty neat. Rode a bike along that. That was awesome. It was freaking awesome, chat, riding a bike along there. I got a good picture that I can show you guys of me riding on that bike on there. I'll dig it up here for you guys.
Approach 400 Papa with squawk code 1446.
Center 400 Papa, yeah, just try 1463, squawk 1463.
I got a dig for it, Chad. It's a picture from a few years ago, so let me go ahead and see if I can find that while I'm also trying to fly the plane.
940 Papa, thank you. I got you now. Your radar contact 10 miles northwest
here
of
as best I
Rockmere
can.
Airport, indicates 3000. Enter a left downwind for runway 33.
Hey, left downwind, runway 33, Diamond 400 Papa.
Or 124 Mike Charlie, contact Burlington Tower 118.3. Good day.
1834 Mike Charlie, have a good night. Burlington Tower, good evening. Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, be entering a left downwind for runway 33, full stop.
November 124 Mike Charlie, Burlington Tower, welcome back. Enter right downwind, runway 33.
Right downwind 33. As the man wanted. Keep flying towards it. I'm still trying to find this picture for you, chat. Bear with me. How freaking deep do I have to go to find this picture? Apparently pretty deep. There it is. There it is, chat. There's me on that little bike trail in Burlington. It's basically just an old railroad track. You got one way and the other. That was me. That's me right there. My buddy took a picture of me riding down that trail. Pretty neat, right? Lake on either side. Very impressive stuff. That concludes the multitasking portion of this flight. Let's focus up on the approach and eventual landing here now. And Burlington Airport is at 335, so 1,400 feet. We're pretty much right at the traffic pattern up to right where we're at right here. Yeah, nature's pretty neat. That trail was awesome. Doing that biking, it was very beautiful. A lot of biking. It was like a 12-mile trail. My legs were shot. It was like there and back. We did like 20 miles worth of the trail there and back, like total round trip. That was a lot of biking that day. My legs were jello when I got back to the hotel.
Burlington Tower, Diamond 400 Papa, left downwind 33.
Alright, ground frequency here is a weird one. It's 26.3, so let me get 26.3 ready to go so I don't forget once we get
November
on the ground.
40 Sierra Papa, Burlington Tower, enter left downwind, runway 33.
Left downwind 33, 400 Papa.
Get the car beat going.
November 516 on departure, fly runway heading. I'll have a turn for you shortly.
Tower, fly runway heading on departure,
Tower, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, right downwind 33.
November 124 Mike Charlie, Burlington Tower, wind 020 at 6, runway 33, clear to land, turn short final.
Alright, we'll keep it tight. 33 clear to land, Cessna 124 Mike Charlie. Alright, he wants it tight, we'll keep it tight.
November 516 traffic is at your 9 o'clock in the pattern, Cessna 152, you'll be following him.
Tower, have traffic in sight, follow on final.
Burlington Tower, Factor.
Why don't we just go ahead and
November
make it a power off 180,
Whiskey,
chat, why
you're
not?
a little loud there, say again.
Tiger 9 Julie Whiskey, right base, 133.
Roger. And November 05 at 6, you can turn base now, and traffic will be at your 12 o'clock, and 2 miles, you can report him in sight.
Tower, turn base, report traffic in sight, 0516.
Plenty of runway, so it's alright that we're a little bit fast coming in on this short approach here.
Beechcraft 0516, I have the traffic.
And November 516, so we're going to have a change of plans. You can turn right downwind now. Turn downwind, I'll call your base.
Let the aircraft slowly burn off the speed as
November
we float
79 Juliet Whiskey,
down
you can
the runway.
enter base, runway 33. Make short approach to runway 33.
I can go direct to the numbers on 33, Juliet.
November 7, Niner Juliet Whiskey, proceed direct to numbers, runway 33, clear to land, wind 010 at 4.
Direct to the numbers 33, clear to land, Niner Juliet.
November 400 Papa, extend your downwind, I'll call your base.
Downwind, on the base.
We're off here at Bravo.
November 155 at 96, Burlington Tower.
Burlington approach 15596. I could hardly hear you.
November 15596, make right 360s until further advised. November 1596, make right 360s until further advised.
Burlington approach 15596. Understand right 360 for spacing.
Roger, until further advised.
4 Mike Charlie's clear on Bravo.
November 124 Mike Charlie, thanks. Contact ground 126.3.
263, thank you. Ground Cessna 124 Mike Charlie is on Bravo short of runway 1. Would like to taxi to Heritage.
Cessna 124 Mike Charlie, runway 2. Correction, taxi to the ramp via Bravo cross runway 1. Alpha Charlie cross runway 1 out again.
Alright, Bravo cross runway 1, Alpha Charlie cross 1 at Charlie as well for 4 Mike Charlie. Cross the runway both times. This is a weirdly configured airport. Taxi over to Heritage. So we just landed over here at Bravo. He said us cross here. We're going to taxi Alpha Charlie. We're going to cross again. A couple of hot spots, but we'll make sure we're clear. So we are clear to cross both of them, so we're good. And we'll taxi over to Heritage. Is right over here in the box. Charlie.
Burlington ground. This is
Shut her down.
X-ray Romeo Charlie radio check.
Charlie Golf X-ray Romeo Charlie 5x5. How many?
Golf X-ray Romeo Charlie.
So this is taxiway Charlie, even though the sim is saying Delta.
And on request.
We're clear, and we're clear, and we're crossing. Now we'll go right back over to Heritage Aviation. Aircraft landing right over here, look at that. We're gonna give ourselves some princess parking here, chat, right to the front door.
Garner County 921 route for taxi.
Cut across these guys right here. We're going right to the front door, chat, like I said.
Yep.
Little princess
runway
parking.
33 taxi via Alpha Charlie cross runway 1.
Alright, Alpha Charlie cross 1. The higher 10 on the throw.
Yeah, this will work. Right up here. Boom. Shut her down. Set the parking brake. Alright.
Burlington ground.
Welcome back.
79 Juliet.
Burlington, Heritage Aviation. Turn all the lights off.
Taxi to
All that. We're gonna go to the showcase cam here.
79 Juliet Whiskey, you said you wanted the nearest.
See if I can go find that bike trail that I was talking about that I showed you guys a picture of. Give you a better view of that.
Bravo, Alpha cross runway 1.
Bravo to Alpha, clear across runway 1, Niner Juliet.
And November 9 Juliet.
So here is downtown Burlington.
Give way to the traffic right to the left, crossing runway 1, Niner Juliet.
So this bike trail goes right along the pretty much the coast here from downtown Burlington. It's gonna go, it kind of goes like out along some of the roads here, and kind of cuts through and goes all the way, goes through this little town right here, and then it's gonna come out and then it crosses the river, or crosses into the lake, up over here, I believe. Is this where it was?
Yeah, Air Canada 921, hold position.
Yeah, so here's this here's this
right
bike
turn
trail
onto
still
runway
right
1,
here.
back taxi runway 1 to Charlie, left turn off
Goes
on
through
Charlie.
this neighborhood a little bit
Backtrack
here.
Charlie, left and Alpha, Air Canada 921.
And actually, I thought it was supposed to be like over here. Where was it?
Backtrack runway 1, left turn off onto Charlie.
Vector 1 and less than Charlie here. Can I
Did I go the wrong way? Maybe I went the wrong way.
79 Juliet, after he gets out of the way, continue your taxi.
Which way were you?
We'll continue once he's out of the way, naturally.
Which way were you, little landmass? You further to the north still? I don't remember the biking being this far.
Charlie,
Oh, it's up
Vector,
over
Romeo,
here.
Charlie, are you able the Victor
Maybe this isn't it. This might just be a bridge then, chat. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Let's
we'll
see.
look at that.
We'll investigate a little
Romeo,
closer.
Charlie.
Let's investigate a little bit closer here. Foster's saying it was below me under the water. Okay, so this isn't it then. This is actually just a bridge. So back over here. So it is under the water.
Charlie, Golf, X-ray, Romeo, Charlie. Can you verify your aircraft type?
That's what I thought.
X Romeo Charlie, yeah, sorry, I think we put it in wrong. It's a Legacy 650, Embraer 135. Okay, so I'm actually going to have a full route clearance.
It's not this one.
Ready to copy, X Romeo Charlie.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be that far, so it's got to be over here is where it kind of went into.
Ocean 5 arrival,
somewhere.
X Romeo Charlie.
And then I guess the sim doesn't show it properly because it goes out under the water, so that's kind of a bummer.
And
turn around
Charlie,
again,
Golf,
okay.
X Romeo Charlie, cleared to the Boston Airport, Burlington 1 departure. Radar vectors to Kennebunk.
Is it out over this guy?
Join the Ocean 5 arrival.
It's one of these two. I don't remember if it's this point
Departure frequency is
or if it's this point to the right of the point.
Block 1, 4,
Oh, so this is gonna be this right here.
And Charlie Golf X Romeo Charlie is cleared to Boston Divide Burlington 1 departure.
Oh yeah, right here. Here's the trail. This is, yeah, you can see where it goes underwater right here. Okay. So yeah, then the trail goes out through
Departure is
here.
going to be on 121.1, block 145.
And yeah, it goes all the way out, and
Charlie Golf
you get the idea from there,
X-ray,
chat.
Romeo Charlie. Yeah, you can go higher. It's 10,000
Gotcha.
initial, and you can
Alright, so
expect 27
that's a bummer that doesn't show up in the sim. But you guys got to see the
Roger,
nice picture that I
27,
had of it, so that's pretty cool. It was a lot of biking. That's a long way that we went on that bike trail to get over there and get onto that that little kind of pier almost that I showed you guys in the picture there. But anyways, you guys get the idea now. Lake Champlain's pretty sweet. Burlington was definitely one of my favorites in terms of overnights for that charter job, without a doubt. I enjoyed Burlington downtown 3 nights in the summer. It was great. Excellent. Spent a lot of time on Church Street as well down there. Great nightlife. Great little town. Let's go ahead and disconnect from VATSIM so we stop hearing them talk, because I'm going to talk and say a lot of things for a few minutes here before I hand you off to someone else who's streaming still. Let's see who's streaming still. I'm going to take a look at that real quick. That's the wrong link. That's the correct link. Alright, who's streaming tonight? We got a handful of people streaming tonight, but our buddy Sim Caesar is streaming. But oh, that Flight Sim dude is streaming. He's a member of the Virtue Safe Flying Club, and he is doing the event tonight with us. And he's streaming, and he's in a Cub. So we're going to go ahead and host him. But before I go, I just want to say thanks for coming in today, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I had a lot of fun tonight doing the event. I hope you guys did too. For all the Flying Club members that joined in on the event, thank you so much for joining and participating as always. I appreciate all the support that you guys give to the Flying Club. And our attendance was really good tonight. Like I said, we got a total of 21 was my count for the evening. So that's a really good event for a Thursday night here for the Virtue Safe Flying Club. The next Flying Club event is on July 6th. That is Tuesday. So Tuesday, July 6th. Brant put 6 p.m. Mountain Time, but it's 8 p.m. Eastern Time is the next event. Midnight Sun Fly-In over at Yellowknife. That's up in Canada. Right now, I do plan on attending that event, chat, because I have plans on the 4th and 5th and the 7th and 8th, but I do not have any plans on the 6th. So as it stands right now, unless something comes up, I am planning to attend this event, the Midnight Sun Fly-In. But that's the next Virtue Safe Flying Club event. If not already a member of the Flying Club, Streamlabs just did the work for me. Join the Flying Club Discord if you're a VATSIM member and you enjoy GA flying. We'd love to have you aboard. Just make sure you read the rules on the welcome page. Like I said, you do need to be a VATSIM member. But if you enjoy stuff like what you saw tonight, get into that Discord. Get the information you need so you can get involved for future events. But all right, enough talking from me. That's going to do it from me tonight. Let me get you guys set up with that flight sim dude. We'll raid him. Thanks for coming in today. Have a great night. Stay safe.
Yeah, we got 3,200 feet of runway at this one. We're going to do a touch and go at this one. If I can find it.